It's hardly shocking to hear that Kirk and Rasheeda's marriage has officially ended. It's said that whoever cheats once always cheats. Keep your wigs on, because Jasmine Washington is the focal point of this most recent drama. Let's talk about Kirk's feeling of déjà vu, as he has gone back into the same reckless habit that destroyed their relationship before. Been caught with Jasmine behind Rasheeda's back, and he's now managed to conceive her once more. The issue worsened when Kirk was discovered again, but rather than owning up to his mistakes, he pretended to be over Rasheeda. It appears that this pretense was really a smokescreen for his most recent transgression following 2 decades of turbulent highs and lows. Many people feel that Rasheeda's choice to file for divorce is long overdue, but before we get into the specifics of the divorce, let's take a closer look at their relationship's complex past. From the start, there has been constant betrayal. From their earliest days together, Kirk and Rasheeda, once among the longest-lasting couples on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, have struggled with infidelity. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Together, who can forget the notorious episode in which Kirk cheated on Rasheeda while on vacation, or the time he accused her of cheating while she was pregnant in Season 2? Kirk's audacity was astounding, and Season 3 just made things worse. Rasheeda had to endure the embarrassment of being required to submit to a DNA test in order to confirm the child's paternity. What I mean when I talk about mother bear energy is the dramatic exchange with Rasheeda's mother, Charlene, who famously ran over Kirk's motorcycle in a fit of wrath. Although Charlene has always supported Kirk, it appears that Rasheeda's tolerance has run out. Charlene was intensely protective of her daughter, and the fallout from Kirk's behavior was evident. After all, in Season 6, it was revealed that Kirk had fed a child while Jasmine was a stripper, which resulted in a brief breakup between Rasheeda and Kirk, although Rasheeda was able to forgive him. However, history seems to be repeating itself, as Jasmine and Kirk have now resumed their relationship and are happy together. Is Jasmine really to blame for this? It's like seeing a train wreck happen slowly when you and your partner are expecting a second child together. Now that he's trying to appear sympathetic, Kirk says he's been thinking about getting a divorce for a while, but we all know this is just an act. Kirk is the epitome of a cheater trying to hide his most recent transgression from the show's large audience. Have been following this story attentively and are in complete support of Rasheeda's choice to finally part ways with Kirk. It appears she has come to the realization that her happiness and well-being should come before putting up with Kirk's antics. Let's pause to consider Kirk's persona. When he debuted on the show, he caused a lot of controversy because of the way he was first portrayed. As Rasheeda's encouraging manager committed to assisting her in realizing her musical goals, but that perception quickly disintegrated as the suspense in a crucial sequence increased. After learning the truth about Kirk's affair and the betrayal that left her reeling and broke her trust, Rasheeda paced the living room, her mind racing. It was obvious to her that if Kirk was willing to play dirty, she would. Rasheeda chose to stage a press conference to take charge of her story and make sure it was featured on the front page of the newspaper as the cameras flashed and reporters gathered, demonstrating to him how adept she could be at mimicking his behavior with a determined sparkle in her eye. Rasheeda was ready to show her might and take back her identity. She would no longer allow Kirk's falsehoods or his dishonest behavior. She was prepared to move on from the turmoil of her past and embrace a future that was hers to shine. Rasheeda seemed composed as she walked to the platform, but beneath the surface, she was quietly singing, with a tinge of steel in her voice, as reporters flocked around her. She started by saying, "Thank you. I need to be very clear about what I want to say," she continued as the reporters leaned in closer. "As many of you know, my relationship with Kirk Frost has faced some serious challenges lately." She let the weight of her stunning ensemble, which radiated both elegance and rebellion, weigh heavily on her. She pauses to say something before making her joke, "And it's true that Kirk has cheated on her." With a confident smile, Rasheeda said, "This is where it gets interesting. Not only am I moving on from Kirk, but I'm also embracing a new chapter in my life." At just moment, Adrian came into view, The gathering burst into murmurs and giggles at her candid admission. He was calm in stark contrast to the turmoil around them. Assurance tall and really attractive as journalists took pictures and asked pointed questions. Who is he and how did you two meet? One reporter inquired eagerly. The atmosphere changed. Rasheeda proudly introduced him, her eyes glistening. This is Adrian, and we've been dating for a while. Having him by my side makes me so happy. With Adrian by her side during all the highs and lows, Rasheeda felt strong and prepared to face whatever lay ahead. He has been an amazing friend and supporter. With a firm grip and a kind grin, Adrian approached Rasheeda, who felt pleased to have Adrian by her side as she started a new chapter in her life free from the media attention surrounding her. A handshake as the press conference came to a close. Rasheeda was barraged with questions from reporters who were eager to learn more about her new relationship and how it would affect her life. She was welcomed by the reporters with a calm confidence, and he seemed eager to take center stage. In response, Rasheeda issued a combination of lighthearted defiance and grace. The cameras continued to flash as she boldly asserted herself, using Kirk's previous betrayals to bolster her message, and they exited the venue hand in hand. It was obvious that she was loving the opportunity to take charge of her story. With Adrian by her side, Rasheeda felt like they represented a new beginning. A revitalized sense of optimism and assurance prepared to confront whatever obstacles that lied ahead. It was a freeing experience for her to have walked through the fallout from Kirk's adultery with grace and come out stronger. There were reports in the Atlanta Star that Rasheeda was getting ready to file for divorce because to Kirk Frost's unwavering betrayal. Their marriage had been ruined by his dishonesty and deception, which created a turbulent environment in which they lived together. Many articles had been written about Kirk's questionable behavior, especially after he betrayed Love during a hip-hop retreat, and it turned into one of the show's most emotional scenes. Kirk's flagrant fabrications regarding his paternity during AA's pregnancy in Season 2 caused a significant explosion, which made Season 3 especially volatile. When Kirk took a DNA test to establish fatherhood, the drama in their relationship reached a breaking point. This moment became well known for its intense emotional significance and intense public attention. Rasheeda felt liberated as she entered the night with Adrian. She was eager to put the past behind her and welcome a future full of with hope and fresh starts. It seems that hip-hop and love would finally come together in her favor after 25 years of turmoil. Following years of turbulence that resembled a soap opera rather than a marriage, Rasheeda has made the decision that it is time to regain her independence because her relationship with Kirk has become unstable, resulting in furious exchanges that have never been more dramatic than the notorious moment during a furious dispute when Charlene Wren, Rasheeda's mother, ran over Kirk's motorcycle. Rasheeda, a seasoned cast member of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, who is renowned for her ability to combine her work, family, and a problematic relationship with Kirk, would be ending a turbulent chapter if the divorce rumors are accurate. Is ready to put her own happiness first after years of deceit, and a lot of her supporters support her choice to break her 25-year union with Kirk Frost, which was marked by extreme highs and lows. Although Rasheeda frequently played the part of the obedient wife, her heart was pounding as she walked their living room, secretly carrying the weight of Kirk's infidelity. Rushed in shock at the agonizing betrayal recollections that had left a profound wound on her, there were scars from Kirk's extramarital affair that she never expected. Rasheeda summoned the bravery to face Kirk. "I have to talk to you about what I learned about you and my mother," she said, her voice wavering a little. Kirk's expression changed to one of pale perplexity. "Face, what are you talking about?" he stammered, and Rasheeda's rage grew as she continued. "You know I wouldn't lie to you. How could you do this to me and our relationship?" Kirk was obviously taken aback by his awkward answers, which made it clear that he wasn't comfortable. He tried to clarify, but Rasheeda wasn't persuaded. "Mate, I'm confident the air was thick with the weight of broken trust," a stark contrast to the loyalty she had shown Kirk. Rasheeda folded her arms and stared at him, waiting for a clear explanation. Kirk fidgeted, avoiding eye contact as if trying to find a way out of the oppressive tension that had engulfed them. Demonstrated to him over time, even with Rasheeda's commitment, the revelation that Kirk and Jasmine Washington had a child together was painful, and Kirk's recent betrayal of Jasmine became the breaking point in their relationship. For Rasheeda, it was the end of years of suffering and deceit. Rasheeda is thinking about her future, and it's with the help of her supporters and the resilience she has built up over the years, she is regaining her identity and happiness after weathering a union rife with deception and conflict. It is evident that this trip is one for the books. Her decision to move on is not only about leaving Kirk. Rasheeda is prepared to start a new chapter in her life that puts her health first. Prior to everyone else,